out the mud. It's for all my youngins trying to make it out the mud.
Well, welcome back, everyone, to the
Kiss My Grass podcast.
live from our Kiss My Grass podcast studios in Mesquite, Texas. Well, we're live. By the time you guys see this, it probably won't be live, but we are here live and we're back. We are back for episode 7. Is that correct? Did I tell you?
Episode 7. And we inked the
Episode
deal
7?
with Universal Studios South.
I'm sorry, episode 6.
Episode 6. So
Episode 6.
Episode 6 here in our Universal Studios / Mesquite facility, brand new. As you see, we've upgraded. We have lots of things to offer this season. We're looking forward to you guys joining us and having some fun this season.
Yep. So, again, kicking back to last season, we always talked about trying to stay away from controversy, but unfortunately, there was some big controversy that happened. Even affected, I think it strongly affected the Sandoval landscaping family. We're not in the same position that we used to be. Things are a lot different now. I think some people took it very hard. It's very gloomy. It's just different. Like, things are way different now. We didn't expect it to happen. It kind of came out of nowhere. It's something that we were just like, it was unbelievable. It was a big shock to me when it happened. I think Daryl even, like everybody on the staff, for the most part, I mean, we took it pretty personal. And unfortunately, things happen. It is what it is. But do you remember the Luka trade?
I do remember the
That's
Luka
what
trade.
happened.
Oh,
So
my
when
God.
Luka Doncic left Dallas, guys, it was just a heartbreaker. I mean, I couldn't explain it, but it's just something that even to this day, it still makes me choke up a little bit.
Yeah,
so
choke up, yeah.
yeah, but other than that, I mean, nothing else has been going on. We're just here. We're
Well,
back.
something did go on. The Stars got eliminated
that's true.
in the same round again.
Well, they
So-
made it to the conference finals again,
Yeah,
for the
again.
3rd season in a row. But yes, unfortunately, they did not make it to the final.
Dallas sports just can't seem to turn the corner and get past that.
Yep. It's been difficult to be
yeah,
a
it's
Dallas
been
sports fan, but still we're here.
Ride or die.
Yeah,
Ride or die.
we're here.
Yeah,
We're here for you
ride or
guys,
die.
regardless. So,
Win, lose, or draw, baby.
yep. So let's see what else. What else is new, Daryl? What's going on?
Like I said-
what have you been doing the last? How long has it been? A year? Has it been a year?
Yeah, time flies.
Maybe
yeah.
2 years.
Been a year, 2 years.
Damn,
Yeah.
it's been a while.
So again, we moved into the new facility. We've upgraded our studio, so we're proud of that.
Yep.
We got some new sponsors that we're going to be, introducing you guys to this season.
Excited about
So
that.
yeah, definitely excited about that. The new merch is in. We going to pick up where we left off last season, and we're going to actually follow through and award our contestants who, or our followers who
Viewers,
reach out to
subscribers.
us, viewers, subscribers.
Yep.
And if you could, please like, share, subscribe, because we need to get our numbers up. I think last year we maxed out at close to 25 to 30,
43. I think.
43,
4,300?
43. Well,
No.
take a couple of zeros off.
Oh wow. Okay, I thought it was.
But it's
43.
okay. We started with 3, then we boosted it up to 11.
Okay.
Then we topped out at 43.
43
So,
viewers.
Yeah, 43
Oh,
viewers.
nice. Okay. So.
If we could double that, if you could help us by like, share, subscribe.
Yes, definitely do that. Click the like, share, and subscribe at the bottom of the screen. Sebastian will make sure he puts that down there somewhere.
Absolutely.
And that helps the algorithm. You guys know how this works. It's YouTube. We've been on YouTube for 20 years now. You guys know how all that works. So, yeah, we could definitely use the support to help us continue the channel and grow and keep coming back to you guys and not have to take a 2-year hiatus. So,
And we will have celebrity guests this year again. We'll have Lindsay Lohan's cousin's friend. She will be here.
yeah. Yeah. What about, is she the dog trainer?
Excuse me?
She's the dog trainer or the one that walks the dog?
Yes, yeah. She'll be here this season.
That's nice.
We're excited to have her. Didn't you? You were going to bring in.
I'm going to bring in Big X, the Plugs, roommate / what was it? Classmate. I'm sorry, not roommate, classmate. That's what I'm bringing
They went to
in.
Poteet together.
They went
yeah,
to Poteet
We'll
together.
have. I can't remember his name, but he'll be here for sure.
Yes,
Yeah,
he or she will be here.
Yeah,
they will be here. They
Big
went to
X
school
the Plugs.
together.
Big
Yeah.
X the Plugs.
Shout out to Big
roommate's
X.
friend.
Yeah, for sure.
So those will be our 2 celebrity guests this season.
Yep,
Looking forward to having them.
At least 2.
At least 2.
At least 2. Yep. So that's
may
good.
have a couple more surprises up our sleeves.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And we'll be back. And we're back, guys. Again, this is episode 6 of the Kiss My Grass podcast, coming to you live from the Kiss My Grass podcast studios in lovely Mesquite, Texas. So, Daryl,
A division of Universal Studios. We have to. Part of our contract is we have to include Universal Studios.
I think we're in negotiations right now.
So it's not official?
It's not official,
okay.
no, because Amazon Prime's going to come after us, Apple TV, a lot of the streaming services, Roku. So Temu, I think Temu hit us up last week too. So.
Okay, the options are open.
Sheen hit us up. Okay. So we got a lot of people. So, just reiterate, Daryl, what do you like the most about the podcast, or I guess now that we're restarting it again, what do you feel is a positive, or what do you like most about the podcast?
Well, I like the fact that we started out with three followers. We ended up with 43. So that shows that, there is an interest in the Kiss My Grass podcast and the things that we bring to the table as far as teaching our viewers. We give tips for landscaping.
Yep.
Each episode,
Yep.
we bring a little humor to the board, and we also have our celebrity guest and our not so celebrity guests.
Yeah. So I think
that was a big part of last season, and that we like to build upon this season. Like we said, we have Lizzie Lohan's sister's
friend's cousin.
Friend's cousin.
Yeah.
She's coming.
Yeah.
She should be here by episode 3, and then we'll have Big X the plugs.
Classmate.
Classmate.
Yeah, they went to school together at some point for the I don't know what year that was, but yeah, they were in school together. But
I like the fact that we were able to each show we showcased or we touched on a landscaping related topic.
Yes.
And we got very good feedback on that.
Yeah. I think we did some knowledge. We did some we showed people tips and tricks. We did the jokes. They loved the jokes at the end. For me, a lot of it was just showing a different side of the landscape company, right? The humor, the fun part of it, what we could do, just those kind of things. And then, like Daryl said, also giving the, just some hints, some stuff that you guys out there were requesting, like, hey, how do I fix my sprinkler head, or what do I do about drainage, those kind of things.
Right.
Just, it's just a little tidbit to go with the fun part of the podcast.
And we have a lot more of that in store.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. We learned a lot in the last year and a half, 2 years that we've been away.
We're still learning, and as we learn, we'll share that knowledge with you guys as well. So,
So, yeah, absolutely.
So in order to keep the algorithms, functioning and flowing as we need them to, I would say twice a week. Or
once a week.
Once a week. We
got to do once a week for sure.
We'll do once a week. But it'll depend on the popular demand. If you guys want more, then we'll definitely give you more.
Yeah.
So we'll let you guys dictate the frequency of the episodes.
Yeah, I think one thing we talked about last year was being committed, staying committed, that kind of thing. So, yeah, we're going to stay committed to doing once a week for sure.
Absolutely.
Ideally, the podcast comes out Thursday or Friday, just to kick off your weekend, that kind of thing. So I think that's kind of what we're shooting for. That'll be the goal this year. So, yeah, very excited, looking forward to that for sure. Yeah, absolutely. Staying away from controversy once again.
Yeah.
No politics, no religion, those kind of things that tend to trip some people up.
Well, those we actually received our highest views on those episodes.
Really?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Well, maybe
so we might have to touch upon it.
Maybe we'll see.
We'll maybe shorten the duration that we talk on those topics, but
for sure.
I definitely don't shy away from them because again, controversy sells.
It does. So does sex. Sex sells as well. So we'll see. Maybe do a little bit of both this year. Let's see what we can do. Who knows?
I've been working out. So.
All right, guys. So this will be the. What can I say?
Segue here.
Yeah, we're going to segue into our next segment here. So if you guys stick around, we'll be right back after these short messages from our new title sponsor.
Our new title sponsor is, where you at? You caught me off guard with that one. Speed Feed. Speed Feed is a way for you to manicure your lawn much faster and efficient. These nifty little devices snap right onto the bottom of your weed eater. They're quick and easy. The string feeds here, and within 30 minutes you'll have your entire lawn manicured, looking like a professional Cayman Performance Service. So Speed Feed.
Shout out to Speed Feed for sure. Yep. All right. And we'll be back. And we're back, guys. This is segment number 3 from episode 6 of the Kiss My Grass podcast, coming to you again live from the Kiss My Grass podcast studios in Mesquite, Texas. Lovely Mesquite, Texas. So let's touch on a couple of things, Daryl. Let's first of all.
So, real fast, we did have a couple of questions submitted from some of the viewers.
Okay.
One of the things we're going to do this season is select one of those questions, and then we'll
I like
try
that.
our
I like
best
that.
to
We'll call that the question of the day.
So our lovely host, Miss Bianca, she'll read us the question.
Producer?
Yes, producer.
Yeah, we're the hosts.
Yeah. Okay.
No, she's the producer. Yeah, she'll pick out the question
behind
of the
scenes,
day from all our YouTube comments. So yeah, you guys make sure you leave a comment down below. Whether you like the podcast, you hate the podcast, anything you may want to know about landscaping in particular, or Daryl's particular love life, how things are going there. Just feel free to shoot anything out there.
Never a dull moment. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So let's see. I think the question that came in this week was, if you had a superpower, Daryl, what would it be, and how would you use it for landscaping?
Off the top of my head, I would say you have to be being able to see the future.
See the future, okay.
Because in this industry, if we could see the future, we could prevent a lot of mistakes or mishaps from occurring. Maybe avoid those. In this industry, nothing is set in stone. Everything is kind of like a lot of variables that goes into each project.
Yeah.
So if we can see the future and anticipate better some of the obstacles that we're gonna encounter, I think that would be a superpower that I would like.
Yeah, that would have came super handy about a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
When something came down here, we could have seen the future and kind of know what was about to happen, and the shakeup, that would have been
absolutely
super,
yeah.
You didn't have it back then, so
right.
Too bad.
I still don't have it, but I would love to have it. Yeah. So, same thing, back to you, same question. What would be your superpower of choice?
I've always thought about that question, and sometimes maybe like if you were able to see like X-ray vision. I thought for whatever reason that was like the coolest thing when I was growing up. You see Superman, he'd have the X-ray vision, and he could just kind of just see through everything, see through walls, and see through that kind of stuff. That to me would be pretty cool. I don't know how I'd put it into landscape.
Right. That's what I was thinking.
But when you go in, like you go into the mall or to the, I think X-ray vision would come in super handy if you're going to like the water park. Okay. Something like that. Right. So maybe I could use it in that sense.
Gotcha.
As opposed to landscaping. So X-ray vision. That's mine.
X-ray vision.
Yes,
okay.
Let's see what else.
We'll have the viewers vote on which answer
they
preferred,
absolutely.
And also if you'd like to give us some feedback, let us know what your favorite superpower would be.
Real quick, I want to give a special shout out to my niece's teacher. She told me, we go out to my brother-in-law and sister-in-law all the time, and she tends to tag along with them. So, she was telling me the other day, like, hey, what happened to your podcast? My teacher, Mr. So-and-so. And I'm sorry, Mr. So-and-so, I can't remember your name. She's like, yeah, he watched the podcast all the time, and he was like really excited about it and stuff. And when you guys stopped, he was like, what happened? He asked her what happened to our podcast. Really? Yeah.
Wow.
And she was a 6th grader at Sunnyvale Middle School or Intermediate School, and one of her teachers actually was a viewer and a subscriber to the podcast.
Well, shout out to Mr. So-and-so from
Mr.
Sunnyvale High School.
Yes, sir.
We definitely have a customized Sandoval landscaping cap coming your way. If you could reach out to us, like, share, and subscribe, and then give us your email information or contact information. We'll make sure your hat gets mailed out.
Yes,
ASAP.
or you can come by the Kiss My Grass podcast studios here in Mesquite, Texas. So if you are an intermediary teacher at Sunnyvale Middle School, and you happen to watch the podcast, come on through. We'll give you the hat of your choice for sure. So, and then I think that's another good segue into our next segment.
Okay.
So why do you think they put the word segment and segue together? Because you're going to segue.
I don't know that they
segment.
Necessarily did. I think you did.
I did kind of trip up on that. So I was kind of thinking segment and segue. They're both almost the same. But who knows? Either way, we're going to
clean that up pretty good.
We're going to come back with our next segment, and you guys stay tuned. Okay, so we're back, guys. Again, episode 6. We're proud to present episode 6. It's not hard. It's not hard. It's not easy to bring 6 episodes to you guys. And
No.
we're here. We did it, right?
Yeah.
We did it. I mean, it's again, it's not an easy thing to do. You got to be consistent. You got to invest in yourself, invest in the equipment, invest in our brand new Kiss My Grass podcast sign, neon signage that we got this year. That's going to be very helpful. So now starting out this next segment, what would you say is what's the most unusual thing you've ever done in your personal life or in landscaping? Or both. Maybe you can is there a particular scenario where personally you got wasted in the landscaping truck or something? I don't know, something like that.
Good. I'd like to extend this opportunity for you to answer this one first.
Okay, so for me, let's see, the most interesting thing that ever happened to me, this was when we were first starting out, years and years ago. We rented equipment at the time, which is this particular piece of equipment is called a skid steer. A lot of people call it a tractor. And we were working in a subdivision in Dallas, and it was really wet and muddy and stuff, and we thought it was drying out in certain areas. And the builder was like, yeah, man, I really need to get this done, blah, blah, blah. Can you help us out? I'm like, sure, whatever. So, I took it upon myself to get on the tractor, and I started trying to, do what I could to move dirt around and rocks and whatnot. And then I started digging a hole, and before I knew it, I was in the hole. I literally, I took all this dirt out and just kind of putting it to the side. Didn't know what I was doing though, because I don't know. I'm not a grader or nothing like that. So I was taking the dirt out, and then probably by the 20th scoop of dirt that was coming out, I just remember looking up, and then I'm in the hole. So I don't know how that happened, but that's an unusual story. So yeah, so you find and it's ironic because right now we're kind of in the hole a little bit as a company. So it just kind of came full circle. So yeah, we're that's
digging out of a hole.
I dug myself out of that hole eventually. My dad had to come out, and then we actually had to get a tow truck, and they had to come get the winch, and then they hooked us up, and it was a big old ordeal. But yeah, so I guess you could say I'm used to digging myself into holes. So we're in the hole right now, so it's nothing new. So yep, that's where we're at.
Well,
what about yourself?
I hate to add on to maybe possibly a negative situation, but in this industry, you go through employees on a regular basis. You have to do a lot of vetting until you get the right core group in place. So in the midst of all that process, we've come across some pretty unsavory characters along that journey.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
One particular instance, we had some very valuable items come up missing from the shop.
I don't know.
And it was some artillery
artillery
from one of our co-owners' trucks. And
this one's been a while back.
Yeah, it was a while back.
Okay.
So anyway, we noticed that the valuable items were missing, and then we narrowed it down to the person that did it. So long story short, by the time that we realized who did it, the person had already had a 30-minute lead on us.
Oh.
However,
30 minutes.
this guy was one of America's dumbest criminals. He circled back to finish the job.
Because he didn't take all the artillery.
He didn't take all the artillery. He stashed some in the back, waited for us to leave. Then he came back to finish the deed. Fortunately, we were there. We saw when he came back.
Yeah.
So I hopped into action, and I hopped into the Ford Focus. It has 0.25 horsepower, mind you.
Damn.
And I chased a Cadillac all through Mesquite and Balk Springs.
Wow. You gave a siren on?
I caught air. It hit air.
Nice.
I went airborne. It was like the Dukes of Hazzard, when they hit the air.
I remember that show.
It was in slow motion. Then I landed, got my wits back about myself.
Yeah.
And by that time, the Cadillac had pulled off from me. So I had the cops on speed dial, speaking with them.
Because you know somebody at the station?
I know somebody at the station,
Okay.
One of the things I do a lot now is snitch. I'm not proud of it, but
you are known.
The older I get, the more I snitch.
That's true.
And this was the prime opportunity to have a big snitch.
Here he goes. Here he goes again.
Belt. So anyway, after I landed, caught my wits, got back my wits about myself. I looked ahead, and sure enough, just like Roscoe Pico Train and Boss Hogg,
Boss Hogs,
Yeah,
okay.
they lit them up with the cherries.
Damn.
And
So for people that are outside the community, could you let us know what lit them up with the
the
cherries?
police lights
Oh,
flashed.
there you go. Okay, thank you. For all the layman's out there.
And they pulled the culprit's car over.
Damn.
And by the time, it took me about a couple of minutes to catch up to all the action. And when I got there, I was greeted by the entire Balch Springs and Mesquite police departments.
Wow.
They told me in the history of both departments, no one had ever pulled off such a feat as
That you did.
Yeah,
Man,
yeah.
that's amazing. That is
And
amazing.
so, long story short, both I was deputized by two departments.
Really?
Yeah. So I'm officially a Mesquite
Deputy?
deputy,
Okay.
and a Balch Springs deputy.
Okay. Did they give you the key to the city or anything like that? That's coming up next.
Yeah, on my
probably?
birthday. Yeah, they're gonna give me the keys to both
nice.
cities.
Very nice.
So,
That's amazing. That is amazing.
which led to part-time work. I do part-time work as a private investigator slash
snitch?
I snitch. So if anybody,
You're good at that. You're
any
good
of
at
our
that.
viewers needs anything investigated or you need some
You want to
snitch
get caught up
action.
in a car,
high-speed car
high-speed
chases,
car chase.
I specialize in
That's your man
those,
right here.
and I have an official badge from 2 police departments.
absolutely. That is
So,
amazing.
Yeah, that was quite an eventful scenario that happened to me while employed with Sandoval Landscaping.
That's awesome. I was thinking, hoping you were gonna touch on. Some of you guys may or may not know, but a long time ago we used to have a print shop. We used to do some screen printing and signs and all that stuff. Tell us about the one not gloomy. I guess it was like a rainy night. You were at the shop by yourself. You may have had some drinks in you, and just a certain somebody just shows up and knocks on the door.
Yeah. Unfortunately,
What happened
due to
there?
our viewership,
Okay. We're going to have to touch back on that one.
certain
later.
people may see this,
Okay.
and that could go totally wrong for
Gotcha,
me. So,
gotcha, okay.
we may touch on that in the future.
So maybe episode 8.
Yeah,
we'll come back.
perhaps,
We'll come back and
perhaps.
touch on that on episode
Absolutely.
8. It's a great story, by the way. Fallon, if you're out there, you gotta hear this.
Yeah.
So, yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll be right back, guys.
So, folks, as we come into our final segment, we have a very special guest.
Special guest, huge special
coming in today. So, stay tuned, and we'll be back in 5 minutes
After these messages.
after these messages. This person is by the name of Jerry. His name has become a euphemism, a noun, an adjective,
A verb.
a
almost.
verb almost.
Yeah, actually, it's a
Can you
verb.
tell us a great Jerry story?
We're back, guys, and when you see the chair, you know what that means. We have a very, very special guest in the house today. Daryl, give you the honors.
Miss Bianca Sandoval. She is wears many hats. Has been with us the last year, giving us business
Like on a
development
consulting
advice, consulting based.
basis, yeah.
As she still holds down her
Full time.
full-time position.
She's there
in
all the
Austin.
time, by the way.
Yeah,
She never
so-
misses work.
So we're very pleased to have her as our guest today, and
She's in and out of here. Like, we
With-
rarely see her here because she's so busy at Austin. So, obviously, that's another thing.
without further ado,
Yeah, here we go. Let's do it.
it's Bianca.
All
All
right.
right, welcome, Miss Bianca.
How are we,
man,
Sam?
we
How are
get
we
in
in
there.
as far as in the shot? Are we good? Are we kind of need to? It's good? Okay, perfect. So, welcome to the episode 6 Kiss My Grass podcast.
Yeah, absolutely. Glad to have you. Your presence is always welcome here. You know, you're so far the impact that you've had on the company this year has just been so much appreciated. You
Yeah.
couldn't have got this far
With the
without
very
you.
little time that she spends here,
Yeah, with
just
the
the
very
impact has
little
been
time.
huge.
Yeah.
So, I'm just
Yeah,
amazed
I
at
mean,
how
he
she...
likes to harp on the little time, but
I
the
mean,
little time
because,
that she has is...
because she's got to be at Austin all the time.
Absolutely,
So,
okay.
I mean, it's just amazing
deal.
how you can contribute so much in such short span of time.
Absolutely,
you know,
absolutely.
so, but she finds a way to do it.
So Bianca, what are you doing? What are you up to these days?
Trying to get you guys in check. Trying to put you guys in check.
Okay. How's that working out so far?
Well, it's been a struggle. It's
Okay.
been a bit of a struggle, but we're slowly making progress.
Okay,
Making things happen.
Excellent.
So on putting my consulting hat on, helping you all, just making sure that we have processes and procedures put in place. So I'm excited to see you all grow. within the company, and expand on your podcast.
Yes.
So funny times, funny moments. I need a laugh, and I go watch the podcast
Yep.
and get a good laugh, especially with this guy who
Oh, yeah.
really just. There are days that I just want to strangle him, but yet there are days that he just makes me laugh.
He
with some
shines bright like a diamond. There's days that you do
Favorite
that.
song, yeah.
I know. Yeah.
Like
That and Katy Perry.
Like a diamond.
But all in all, I'm
Sorry.
excited to be here as a guest. I mean, this is the first time I've even been considered, or I was even taught. I think I forced myself to be here. I didn't really give him an option.
No.
But
It was
Absolutely.
coming, but we had to save the best, not for last, but for the first of the new season. So season 2, episode 6.
And not only will Bianca be a part of our business development, she'll also be helping us grow the podcast. So,
Yeah, only when she has time though, because you
Right.
got to remember she's full time at Austin. She's always there.
Okay.
I mean, if you go in her office, probably this morning you saw her there, so she was there. So she took out time
Well,
of
even
her
on the
busy
interim
day
basis, we'll
to
be
just
happy
come
to
out
have
here and
you
help
on
us in the
it, even on
afternoon,
the interim basis.
late in the afternoon, after hours to help us with the podcast. So we're really
Good deal.
appreciative of that.
Okay.
Yep. So
Absolutely.
so I ask a question to you guys.
sure. Or Daryl asked the question. Yeah, we're asking you the questions because you're the guest.
All right.
So.
Okay. So I just asked the first one. I'll let you have a shot.
Let's see. What would be a good question? What do you see for the company moving forward for the rest? Let's just stay in the year. Like, how do you foresee things playing out the rest of this year?
I foresee things hitting a couple of walls as we move forward. Not everyone likes change, but change is good. Again, it puts you out of your comfort zone, and that's what I always push my team, my employees, or whoever I'm working with, is pushing them to just get out of their comfort zone. And not everyone's okay with it, but I'm okay to push folks to their full potential. So that's what I foresee. But with that comes also some good, because it really pushes individuals and the company to really grow as the company, grow as an individual, and really just helps maximize the capacity of the company, of the person, and just really puts us on a different platform or on a different level of the business. So that's ultimately what I foresee
Excellent.
for the company.
Excellent.
Okay,
Excellent.
awesome. So let me follow that question up with, what are your thoughts on AI and just like Chat GPT and stuff like that, like taking over, like, when we were growing up, we had to think for ourselves. Like, we did things for ourselves. Now, today's generation, they just say Chat GPT, blah, 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 and then it just spits out everything they need to do. Yeah, I mean, even for us, it gives us our schedule. It can give us our podcast schedule, like topics to talk about, those kind of things. So I think it can be very helpful. But how do you feel, or what are your personal thoughts on just stuff like that? AI, technology as a whole, the new iPhone that's coming out, like those kind of things. Well, how do you feel about all that?
Well, I've always been on the reserve side of technology. And I think there's some good that comes along with it, but the bad side of it, of the whole AI, I foresee that it's definitely going to put some folks out of work. It's going to take over, we're already seeing it at some of our local grocery stores, the Walmarts and so forth. Eliminating those cashiers, or just even those that are stocking our shelves. So it's eliminating those positions. But it is time efficient. So when you're looking at it from a business perspective, it's it's definitely a cost factor. You're looking at that. But then on the flip side, when you're looking at that local economic impact with that individual, your next door neighbor who may work at that local grocery store, it may not necessarily be the best situation for them. So, I have some reservations about it. I do see some good positive side to it, more so on the construction. And I see, I work on large projects, but seeing what's now being implemented into those projects, and that's beneficial, where it really helps our employees be out of that danger zone. Because right now you have a lot of our field personnel that is working on these large projects, and they are taking a risk, and they are at risk of either potentially getting hurt, severely or unfortunately death. But so I see the benefit on that side for AI.
So do you think there's ever going to be a point where AI could come on as like a co-host, maybe take over someone's particular duty?
I think so.
Yeah, me too. It could happen for sure. So be on the lookout for that.
We'll have a vote to see who AI should place.
Yes, absolutely. That could be another one of the
host.
comments that you guys can leave down below in the comment section of our YouTube podcast. So let us know. If you had to choose, who would you choose?
Yeah, absolutely.
This guy or this guy?
There you go.
So what are some of the fun things you like to do? What are some
wait,
things that
you
we get
skipped
3
me.
questions apiece?
Oh, 3 questions apiece. Okay.
So
all right.
what are some of the fun things that you do, like on your free time? There's a rumor going around that you like hiking up mountains and stuff like that. And I mean, we're just trying to set.
I do love hiking. I absolutely love it. I enjoy the nature. I enjoy the challenge. More so when I'm running out of breath and hiking certain elevations. Unfortunately, my significant other doesn't quite enjoy it as much as I do. But he will make the effort to either join me at the location, not necessarily hike with me. He'll just meet me at the bar or pub, whatever's down at the bottom or at the top of the hike.
That's fair.
Or he'll drive me or fly me there. So he'll take all the perks, and then I do the challenge.
So it sounds like you're a hiking enthusiast. So from the sounds of it, you probably go hiking 3-4 times a week, something like that. Or I mean,
I wish.
no.
No.
How many times have you gone hunting in the last?
Honey?
How many times have you gone hiking in the last 6 months?
In the last 6 months, I think I have been 3 times.
3 times, okay. So maybe you don't like hiking as much as you
No,
think.
I
you
do. I enjoy it. It's just.
So me personally, I like golf, right? So I go play golf as much as I can. So I probably in the last 6 months, I probably played golf maybe 20 times. So
Well,
would you say I like golf, or I'm just kind of?
Well, I would say
certain-
you're just more. You just take it upon yourself and not necessarily consider your significant other's schedule.
All right, so this ain't gonna turn into like a. We're not gonna have Daryl mediate
Why you
here.
bringing up old
Yeah.
shit?
All right, Daryl, your turn. Your questions.
We're going to change the pace a little bit.
Yeah, change it up a little bit.
So I was told you have a certain family member who is known as a great storyteller.
Oh,
And sometimes the stories may seem a little embellished, but some of them have a lot of truth in it. Stretches the truth a bit.
Yes.
And this person is by the name of Jerry. His name has become a euphemism, a noun, an adjective,
A verb.
a
almost.
verb almost.
Yeah, actually, it's a
Can you
verb.
tell us a great Jerry story?
Great Jerry story. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, yes,
Shout out to Jerry. by the
Shout out
way.
to
What's
Jerry.
up,
We love you, man.
Yeah,
We
we
love
love you,
you.
Jerry.
Yeah.
Jerry is indeed one of my cousins. Also, the #1 Tejano dancer out there.
Woo!
true. That's true.
I did not know
Very
that.
true.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
number
That's
one.
awesome. That's
you
awesome.
want Tejano dance lessons?
Yeah.
He's the guy for you.
Excellent.
You have to ask his wife for permission beforehand.
Okay.
But yes,
It helps when you invented Tejano. Like he was been around since Tejano's been invented.
That's
so
what I heard.
That's
what I
why.
heard,
That's
yeah.
why he's number
Yeah.
1, by the way.
Yeah.
Too, so. What's up, Jerry?
Yes, but Jerry is known to be the storyteller, and we all love his. I think we all
Embellish.
have experienced some of his storytelling, and but one of Jerry's famous stories. He was actually there's 2. He was out, one night in his younger years. Again, he's a married man now, but he was out and about, and this is I think when he had his Mustang, and he was not able to shift his gears
Transmission
back.
went out.
His
Transmission
transmission
went
went
out of his
out,
car.
so he could not put it back into drive. Therefore, had to drive home in reverse.
Probably like a 25-mile drive home
What?
on the highway. By
Oh,
the
that's
way.
classic.
Yeah, he
I
had to
hadn't
drive
heard
on the
that one
highway.
yet. 25
25
miles.
And he uses blinkers too, by the way.
Oh, that's classic.
Yep.
That's classic.
Absolutely.
That's the instant top 10.
Yeah, for
He
sure.
made it home.
He made it home.
He made it home. And
Okay.
He didn't get stopped.
Wow.
So
Okay.
if you ever
It gets
need
even
a
better.
fast car driver,
Your transmission goes out.
your transmission goes out.
Jerry
trust-
can get you there.
He can get you there.
Yeah. So,
Absolutely.
That's awesome.
also, the second story, and I don't know how true this is because I think my brother made this one up. So, that Jerry was out at a beach somewhere. He was out and swimming in the ocean, and a shark approached him, and he got the shark and started fighting
In
the
a
shark.
headlock. He put the shark in the headlock and punched him in the nose. And the shark flew away. I mean, not flew away, he swam away. Yeah, no, that's classic Jerry
Classic.
right there.
So all in all, I love Jerry.
It's a
I love
great
my cousin-
time.
love my
Oh,
cousin
man.
Jerry.
Great time, yeah.
So it's just kind of become a thing now where when someone is exaggerating on their story or stretching
Possibly,
the truth,
Possibly.
yeah.
I mean, it might be true.
'Cause
it might be true.
None of these stories can be disproved.
Right.
That's true. That's
So-
true. We don't know.
I
that.
think it's like 90% of the time, 10% of what he says is true.
Okay.
That's what I've heard.
There's a little truth in it.
Yeah, there you go. That's it. And I think one of the cool, amazing things that people don't know about Jerry was I think he has the most confirmed kills in World War I, World War II, and Vietnam.
And he's younger than all of us, right?
Yes. He actually served in all the world wars and Vietnam, and he holds a record for the most confirmed kills.
Oh, wow.
So,
Why are y'all coming for my cousin?
No,
Jerry?
these are accolades.
yeah.
that we're sharing.
Yeah, absolutely.
I remember I showed up to the state fair one year.
State what?
The state fair.
Oh, okay.
And I saw Jerry there. He was like, "Hey, thanks for coming." And I was like, "What?" He was like, "Yeah, my birthday party." I'm like, "Wow, okay." I thought I was coming to the state fair. I didn't know it was coming to your birthday party.
At the fair?
Yeah, at
Okay.
the fair. No,
Birthday's not
the
until
state
November.
fair was his
His
birthday.
birthday. Yeah. Okay.
Everyone
Nice.
attending the fair was attending his birthday that day.
Oh,
That's
nice.
amazing.
So yeah, I was like, I appreciate the invite.
Yeah, man.
I'm
That's
here.
Jerry. Shout out to Jerry. So,
Shout out to Jerry, man.
what
Love
about
you.
question number 2, Daryl? What would you say?
Question number 2? Like, we know you have 3 wonderful kids. What do you say?
Who's the favorite?
We can't go there.
Oh, we can.
We can't go there because
We
you
can
know
definitely
each one
go
of them
there.
is loved to a different way. Maybe. Who is the most difficult to raise out of the 3?
Ooh.
The third one is definitely giving me a run for my
Okay,
my
all
money.
right. That's usually the one that does it.
Yeah, but
I
would-
just think he's the easiest for me. Like, I
Well,
don't
after
know
you've
why.
been through 2 before him,
Maybe.
now you know how to kind of handle any situation.
Yeah.
I think we were lucky with the first 2 older ones because they were never into partying when they were in high school. The whole boyfriend girlfriend thing, none of that really happened until like really their senior year of high school or really second semester of high school.
And going into college.
And going into college.
Yeah, that's true.
And so and I guess that's what college is for, party it up.
What's the worst thing that you could say happened to your oldest? Well, a
Am
tragic.
am I allowed to say that on
Yeah.
camera?
Probably not. We might want to stay away from
Not
that.
worst thing, or an interesting story about your oldest.
Okay, well, interesting, and I think also very informative, and for all you parents out there, either that you have high school kids or kids going into college, having a very open line, an open line of communication. While we can sit back and laugh on it now, or laugh about it now, but I do remember specifically one night, Saturday night, one of my kids did call me. They were already away at school. Texas State in San Marcos.
The Harvard of the South.
Harvard of the South.
Shout out to Texas State.
Texas
That's
State
right.
University.
Shout out to Texas
Shout out
State,
Texas
yeah.
State.
Yeah.
Beat 'em up.
Yeah.
Get them cats.
But he did call me. Oh, I'd already said who. He did call me.
He or
and-
she.
He or she. And they were a little distressed, and he was worried that something had happened. So all in all, had a little too much to drink, or not had a little too much. It was borderline, I think, alcohol poisoning.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So,
You heard Four Locos?
Oh.
He turned it into 12
Not the Four
Locos.
Locos.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was 12
turned into like
Locos.
12
So,
Four Locos.
Yeah.
So again, while we can laugh about it
Yeah.
now, it wasn't a funny moment at the time because it was about 9, 10 o'clock at night, and I was ready to get in my car and take off and drive out there.
2.5
But-
hours.
I mean,
Oh,
that's an
for it.
interesting topic because I remember when I was 13 years old, we used to drink. What was it called? That
Dog?
Mad Dog,
2020.
Slit smoked liquor.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, we're 13 years old, and here he is, pretty much a grown man.
But Four Locos is like all that combined
You
into
think so?
one. Oh yeah.
Have you had it? You're a Four Locos fan?
I'm not a Four Locos. people who know me know that I've indulged in the spirits and
Spirits of what?
liquor,
Liquor.
And other activities?
alcohol, mostly liquor and alcohol.
Yeah,
And
some of them
I'm
really
a-
know
I'm a
you
connoisseur.
that you like the little nose candies. anyway, I digress.
So yeah,
To keep the party going.
to
so
keep
to
the
speak.
party going. No, I wouldn't- I'm not going to admit to that. That's neither here nor there.
Yeah, okay.
That's alleged. So yeah, the Four Locos is pretty strong.
Yeah?
I have to say.
Okay.
If he consumed 3 of those, I can
Oh
see the
yeah,
concern.
no. I had one year we had this thing for Christmas and we had to oh man, my brother-in-law, my sister-in-law, they're the worst at these stupid games because one was out gangbanging when he was 15 years old, so he didn't have no youth. The other one was, not gonna even touch that. Anyway, like they both didn't have no youth, no juventud. You know what I'm saying? And now they're all like 50 years old, and they're coming up with all these games that people would play at a white party. You know what I'm saying? Like when so they had these bags. It's a brown bag, and they're filled with all kinds of different beers or whatever. And somebody put some Four Locos in one of those bags. Actually, I think there was 3 of them, and I was unlucky enough to get one of them.
Oh wow!
So I had to drink it, man. It's terrible,
It is
bro.
terrible.
It's terrible.
It's terrible.
So I see it. I can see that happening.
Well, we're glad that the eldest made it through that scenario.
For sure.
He turned out
I
just
say
fine.
which one.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. So my final question for you, Miss B, is part of who you developed in today stems from where you come from. We heard you from the notorious east side of Dallas.
That's right. I'm from
So
the east side
how
of
does it feel to
Dallas.
be a successful person that had roots tied back to East Dallas,
Well,
the historical East Dallas?
I would say I have a lot is owed to my parents.
Absolutely, great people.
My dad was the most charismatic, funny. He could get along with anyone. I mean,
Facts.
Oh yeah, all-time legend.
Facts.
All
Yeah.
time.
Growing up, it was a very, very rough neighborhood, and a lot of our neighbors got broken into, like their homes and stuff. But thankfully, our house was one that never got broken into. Why? Because my dad was friends with all of the homeless people.
Oh, I thought you were
around
going to
the
say because
neighborhood.
you had a female bulldog, a pit bull in there that they were.
Well, yeah, in
Right.
in
Named
essence, you
Bianca.
would say that. So I don't know.
Yeah, but continue on.
Some of y'all
Yeah,
have met
man.
my mother-in-law. I mean, she could be a pit bull at times.
Okay,
too.
two pit bulls.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, for
yeah.
sure.
I've been known to have a very strong personality.
Absolutely.
But with that strong personality comes, there's good behind it.
Absolutely.
But growing up in a rough neighborhood, I think just definitely molded me to know what I did and did not want for myself. So I think I often hear, individuals that, oh, well, this is what life dealt me, and this is what was in store for me. I think we are the authors of our life. We tell the story of what's going to happen for us. And while it wasn't easy, I'll tell you right now, it was the hardest thing. But thankfully, because of my mom's persistence, and I had great mentors from the school that I went to, the elementary school that I went to, and the middle school that I went to. It was a Montessori. Shout out to all my Montessori teachers and students.
Shout out.
Montessori. But I had great mentors guiding me throughout my youth into my high school years, and really pushing me to do better. And my mom was a big part of that. And because of that, so I experienced 2 different worlds. Yeah. It was growing up in the hood. Hardcore in the hood. We had drive-bys, we had gangs, we had it all. I saw it all. We had prostitutes on the corner, homeless people. It was chaotic. But then the school.
Shout out to prostitute.
No.
Shout out to the corner for sure. I think I was going to touch on that a little bit. So I think there's been some controversy in regards to that. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the movie 8 Mile.
Yeah.
The last
Eminem.
scene in 8 Mile, Eminem goes up against Papa Doc. So if you guys remember who Papa Doc was, right? He's like this hardcore, I'm from the east side, this hardcore rapper, whatever, and this and that.
Clarence?
And it turns out his real name is Clarence, and he went to a private school. So
he lived at home with
he
both
lived at home
parents.
with both of his parents. So it's kind of almost like you from the hood, but you're not from the hood because you went to private school the whole time.
But I think that's the beauty of it, that my more so my mom than my dad. My dad was just providing. My mom was more of the rule implementer.
Absolutely.
And so she was like, you're going to go to school. You're going to do this. So, yeah, I think that has helped me in life, in my career, to really be able to shift gears and adapt and be able to wear different hats. Because the way I am with my friends, and I really don't have a whole lot of friends from my neighborhood, is very different than I would act with some of my high school friends.
Understandable.
Because it's two different worlds.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's just, but I remember one thing clearly. I can say that some of the girls that I went to, because I went to an all-girl private Catholic school, Ursuline Academy.
Shout out to Ursuline.
Yes.
But
class of 2026.
Like, share, and subscribe.
For sure. Shout out to them.
Yeah. Any Ursuline alumni, yeah.
That's
Like, share,
right.
subscribe.
That's right. You made me
We'll
lose
reach
my
out.
my thought process there.
But,
what I was saying is, that my dad was always working, but my mom was always there. But I had friends from school that their parents were very successful, and not taking anything away from them, but they were hardly ever at home. So they didn't spend a whole lot of time with some of those girls that I went to school with. Some of those girls would go to my house. Now, keep in mind, our house there was nothing nice about it. Our house was pretty banged up, but that was my home. I
Home is where the heart is.
Yeah. The beauty of it was that mom and dad, there was never kind of a thing of them making us feel like we were in a lower income.
Amen. I can relate to that. Absolutely.
Bracket.
Absolutely.
It wasn't until years later that I was like, oh, dang.
Yeah.
We
Kind of
were
like
poor.
you can't miss what you never had. So
Yeah,
if you didn't know.
we were poor.
Yeah,
I
right,
had no
right.
idea. I had
Yeah.
no idea.
That's the
But,
beauty of it, though. Yeah.
So I'm blessed in that, from that perspective, being
Absolutely.
able to experience many different, many different
Levels.
things. I mean, people that I worked with, interacted with, educators, corporate executive, the C-suite level, where I'm currently at right now, or different boards that I have served on. A big part of my what is, I think, embedded in me from my Ursuline Academy days is volunteering my time, and I know that is a word my kids dislike very much, the V word, volunteering, but I think a lot of people invested in me, and that's where I feel like I need to invest. Not that I need to, I want to invest and give back to my community and kids that are in my position where I once was.
Yep. Shout out to
awesome.
them less fortunate kids.
Shout
for
out
sure.
to them, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, they know, they say pressure creates diamonds. So kudos to turning it into a diamond.
Who says that?
I don't know. I've never heard that.
They did, yeah.
Okay.
Pressure creates
The
diamonds.
government said that?
Yeah.
All right.
They
nice.
did. They did.
Well, wait a minute. Now that we're talking, you say government. I'm curious. You guys always touch on controversial topics.
Well, yeah, but we're trying to say non-controversial.
Non-controversial. Well, I'm gonna push the
Push the envelope.
Yeah.
Oh, our time's up for today, guys. Thank y'all. Make sure y'all tune in.
Stay
next
tuned
week.
for episode
7. We may have part 2 of Miss B coming back for episode 7.
I smell a little controversy coming
Yeah,
up.
man.
Gotta
So let me,
stay tuned.
I'm gonna
like, share, subscribe.
Absolutely. You got to do all 3.
Got to
all
get
3
those
help
numbers
us.
up.
Before we tune out, can you let everyone know what's going to be coming down the pipeline? What as far as other things to expect?
Well, besides
Yeah, so-
Lindsay Lohan's cousin's friend.
Yes.
Yeah, so
We
we
got
got,
Big
a
Extra
lot
Plug,
more
roommate.
excitement, a lot more exciting things. We got some giveaways in the works. We got a lot of tips coming up.
Yeah,
Summer's here.
tips.
We're entering June now, so the summer
Absolutely.
months are here. So we're gonna give you guys some great tips. We're gonna bring on some more bigger, better, all kinds of stuff just to help you guys enhance your current landscape, your current yard, just those kind of things. I mean, I think that's something to definitely look forward to.
We'll go back to the segment where we spin the globe, select a country, and discuss some topics.
Yeah, from that country. Yep.
Yeah,
That'd be good.
that was a
Anything you
favorite-
want to touch on?
favorite
Anything you want to
segment.
add maybe that I may have missed, may or may not miss?
Or anything that you would like to see in the podcast future episodes.
I just want to see some more interaction. Maybe bring in some of our field crew, or maybe
yeah.
you
Great
guys
idea.
take
Okay.
the podcast on the road.
Okay. Oh,
That might be something we could do. It's kind of hard with the setup
Road
and everything, but we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
We do.
We got Universal behind us.
Just the lighting's got to be good. I mean, I don't think we take the sign with us. It's just, but we'll see. We'll see.
We got Universal behind us, so the money's going to be a little bit.
It's not a done deal.
It's not a done deal, but
we're in negotiations.
Yeah, we're in negotiations. We need to close that deal.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, if you remember from last season, at the end of every podcast, we would say a joke. So the jokes are brought to you by my dum-dum brother-in-law, Jaime Suarez. So this week's joke is, Daryl, what is the difference between Cirque du Soleil and Cirque du Porn?
Cirque du Soleil, Cirque du Porn. It sounds pretty X-rated, but I'm not sure.
Cirque du Soleil features cunning stunts.
Cunning stunts.
Yeah, so...
That's above.
You got to be real careful. You got to be real careful with the wording, because you can almost trip over that, and then it could have been something.
I said it sounded X-rated. I'm going to have to go and mull over this for 4 minutes because it's over my head.
Just think
perhaps
cunning,
our viewers.
Cunning and stunts. So you put that together, just kind of think of in those terms.
Okay.
What could that mean?
Definitely.
So what could you get out of that? But
gotcha. Okay.
Shout out to Jaime Suarez. Keep them coming, baby. And we'll see you guys on the next episode, episode 7 of the Kiss My Grass podcast.
Signing off.
You got to dance there.
Tryna make it out the mud. I done made it out the